Hi guys, it was very difficult for me today to get in front of the camera because it's not one of my best days, considering that, as I shared in my previous video, last week I decided to try a sandwich on a Wednesday, and I'm still feeling the side effects of that. Now I know it was not the wheat in it, but it was the yeast in it, as I do have yeast intolerance. First of all, welcome to my channel, and I do invite you to subscribe by clicking that small button next to my name. And if you find this information useful, please do share me. Thank you. And even a week later, it doesn't matter what I do, or if I take antihistamines or enzymes, the flare-up is still present, and it's very easily triggered by anything else that releases histamine. So today I want to talk to you about that, about the difference between allergies, intolerances, and sensitivities. I am not a doctor, I am just an educated consumer, abandoned by NHS after a lot of tests. And I've actually went abroad and did some as well, and there was no major clinical disease discovered. On the contrary, the results were so good that gastroenterologists and specialists that I've seen were thinking that the issue is in my head, which cannot be more offensive. And I've collected a lot of evidence, and my family knows that. It is difficult to understand what is happening, but it's down to how my body reacts to intolerances and allergies. So I'm going to talk to you about these two, because it did help me to accept that there is a challenge. And once I started researching, I started realizing that there are some answers out there, and I keep testing things. And that's why I set up this YouTube channel, among other things, to share these things that I've tested. So when it comes to allergies, you have to understand that's an immune response of your body. So the only way you can look at it is to always have antihistamines or allergy pan. On this particular aspect, NHS can be really helpful. There are tests for allergies, and yes, you should definitely see your GP about that. When it comes to intolerances, on the other hand, I was told by NHS that there is no test that can actually give me answers. So I went on my own and started researching, and I did find York test. It did cost quite a bit, but it's the only test that actually got me the results that I do have yeast intolerance. And then I started thinking about all my life and about moments throughout my life when I had all these reactions and I didn't know what it was, and I was starting looking like I was pregnant, but I was not. And I always blamed it on other things, but as it turned out, it was yeast intolerance. And the third category, food sensitivities. Now, this is a really tricky one, because a lot of gastroenterologists, especially in the UK, do not recognize food sensitivities. But I can assure you from my personal experience, they do exist. They do behave like allergies. They give the same symptoms: increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, arrhythmias, brain fog, bloatiness, pains. The only difference is that it is not an immune response like an allergy response. Sensitivities are not normally life-threatening, which is a relief. And after a lot of money spent on trying to get to the bottom of it, I've actually identified a test based on bioresonance, and that gave me a lot of answers, and it was absolutely incredible in identifying what was triggered by what. And it helped me. I went the other way, so I done the test, and then I just put out of my diet everything that was red and yellow on that test, and I started feeling better. The only downfall for that is the fact that there are a lot on my list, so that means that there are just a few things that I can eat. And as I travel a lot, it's a really big pain when I try to have a sandwich or when I try to have a meal in the shops, because one of the things that popped up as being a problem for me is sulfates, in particular potassium sulfate. And oh God, sulfates and nitrates are among the top ones for my responses. And nitrates, imagine that pretty much all the meats that are raw, that are fresh, are treated with nitrates today. Is the chemical that helps the meat not turn. So especially if I have things from the restaurant, I do not know if they have nitrates or not. It's not an allergen, so FDA would not force companies to list it. So I would react to that. So to give you an example, if I have some sausages with a sauce, I could just react to those ingredients, those simple ingredients. So it's just a nightmare. And some of the side effects are bloatiness, massive bloatiness, but also pains, right side pains. Now, I am going to give you the 2 tests that I've used to get me the intolerance result and the food sensitivities result. You do find them in my description. I don't make money from this reference. Unfortunately, I had to self-fund it, and I'm going to continue to post videos of what I have used and what I found to give me results, and a bit more explanation about it. As it turns out, the food sensitivities seem to be related to a dysbiosis, which is an imbalance in your gut. That is another thing that I couldn't find gastroenterologists being very open to in Britain through NHS. They didn't really propose a test for that. And yeah, I'll address my experience with the medical investigations that I had in another video to not make this one too long. So for the time being, I hope you identify the symptoms of food sensitivities, the difference between allergies, sensitivities and intolerances, and in my description you'll find the 2 links of the 2 tests that I have done that did help me. If you do like what I'm doing, please like and share, and don't forget to subscribe. Next to my name you've got that small button. Thank you.